Good morning, everybody. Hello, it's good to be here. Oh my goodness, I feel like I need to get like bigger glasses or something because somehow in the last year or so, the words have gotten smaller. The echo's gotten louder. Good morning, hello. Welcome, welcome. I mean, I can barely see the screen. I don't know if it's just my eyes. I actually have an eye doctor appointment later this week, so we'll see. Honest to God, I can barely see it. I don't know. Might just be allergies. Let's hope. Oh, goodness. It's good to be here. I'm having my coffee. I hope you're having coffee. Good morning. Oh, goodness. We have so many watchers today. You guys must be interested in some of my favorite things that are retiring. So I took, when we got the retirement list last week, and those of you on my email list, and those of you that watch my blog, you know that I posted the list the same day that it came out. And then my assistant and I went through a catalog, the current catalog that is current through, I don't know, I think it's like May 2nd or something. Honest to God, I cannot even. Yes, it's current. I don't know what's wrong with my eyes today. Oh, the printing seems so much littler. It is through May 2nd. So I don't know. Wow, like that is only another month. And I don't know if you know this or not, but the retirement list from Stampin' Up, it's only while supplies last. So even if a stamp set suddenly disappears from the ordering page, it's gone. It's not coming back. So anyway, as I was saying, my assistant, and I've got something else to tell you, but I digress. My assistant and I went through the catalog and we highlighted all the different things that were retiring. And I was like, what? This is retiring? What? That is retiring? I mean, it was like, oh. So, I mean, one of the favorite things that I have so much to tell you. One of the favorite things that I have here that's retiring, I only just got like this one. I only just got it. I'm so sad, but I had so many ideas for it. I don't think I'll be able to get to it, but I'll show you all that later. But I have a little announcement, just a little tiny announcement. You know how I do card kits to go. You all know that. So my card kit to go is usually put out the first Tuesday or the first Thursday of the month. And I think it'll be the first Tuesday of April. And I'm going to tell you what the bundle is because it's on the retirement list. And I'm like, if you don't have the bundle and you want to make the cards exactly like I have, yeah, I would order that sooner versus later. So are you wondering what the bundle is going to be? It's going to be on this page, Simply Elegant. So I have 4 beautiful cards that will be my card kit to go for the Elegantly Said bundle. And it coordinates with the beautiful Simply Elegant paper. And the whole works is getting retired. Anyway, I have, that's going to be my card kit to go for next month. But hello, I know a lot of you want to see actually the card that we're making today. So I'm going to flip the camera down and we will get started. So here we go. Look, isn't this pretty? Oh, I'm going to show it to you close because it's so pretty. These are the in colors that are retiring. And that was not a surprise. We all know that the in colors retire. Every year we have a set of in colors that retire. So this year it's the 2020-2022 in colors. I know, look at all those hearts. Everyone loves those in colors. I agree, they're so pretty. So just to show you that I actually do use my products like almost completely up. It was almost difficult to get this card created today. This is all I have left of my pack of designer series paper from the 2020-2022 in color. This is it. It's just some scraps. So I put the scraps out so you could see what the colors look like. And then I did have a pretty full set of in color squares. And so I did use those on the card. Again, this is the beautiful 2020, 2022 in colors. Let me just review the names for you. We have Misty Moonlight, Cinnamon Cider, Just Jade, Bumblebee, and Magenta Madness. So let's go ahead, set these aside, and I'm going to show you the card. We're going to make the card first, and then I'll show you some of my favorite things that are retiring. I did use the Jar of Flowers stamp set, and in the links that I provided that have the, the shopping links, I did show you, I did give you the bundle. Now this is not retiring, so don't panic. I think the bundle might be retiring, but the punch and the stamp set will be around. So if you want to save 10%, I'd go ahead and get this now. But let me show you what I did, how I made this card. So the first thing that we're going to do is stamp this pretty flower and jar piece. So you'll need a 3 by 4 inch panel of basic white. And there is a little bit of a trick to it because you want to stamp your flowers first and then cut out a little mask, and then you're going to stamp them again where you want them on your 3 by 4 inch panel. So I've got this ready to go. Here's my flowers that we're using. So I'm going to ink that up with Tuxedo Black because that's a really good ink to use on photopolymer stamps because it doesn't, it doesn't like super stain it. And it's good for using blends. So we're going to be coloring these with blends. I just need to re-ink it because it didn't look like it was very even. So what you want to do is you're going to, on this 3 by 4 inch panel, stamp your flowers pretty much as close to the top as you can. And then you're going to take that cutout from your mask and then you're going to stamp your jar underneath it. So once you have your flowers stamped, just put your mask right over the top like that. Try to get it in there so it stays. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your jar and you're going to stamp your jar underneath it. So I've got my jar. I can ink this up and we can just stamp our jar underneath like so. Ta-da. And then you have your flowers kind of spilling over the top of your jar. Isn't that neat? That's such a great little technique. That's called masking. So I'm going to set this all aside and then we're going to show you how I colored it. And I'm actually not going to color it because it's time consuming. I'm not a huge coloring fan, as you probably know, but I do sit down and color, but I don't like doing it on video. But I tell you what, you almost can't goof up when you're using Stampin' Blends because they're so forgiving. So these are the retiring stamping blends that I used on this card. We have the Misty Moonlight set, the Magenta Madness set, and the Just Jade set. And so these are really, really a lovely set of colors. Again, I did look this morning and they're still in my store. So that was kind of a relief. And also the Cinnamon Cider was still in my store as well. So I've had a number of customers that are filling in the pieces that they didn't always have throughout the 2-year period, but have decided they want to get it now. So to show you again, another color that I used on here, you'll notice there's, kind of like a grayish accent on the jar. And then I just put a little bit down below here so that the jar isn't floating in outer space. And what I did for that was I have my blends that are the smoky slate blends, and I used the light smoky slate to do that. So I'm going to set this aside and magically it's all colored. Yep, I did that in advance. All right, now I am going to go ahead and show you the rest. So we've got a 3 1/8 by 4 1/8 panel of Just Jade. Yes, I know this one was Magenta Madness. We're going to make this one a little bit different, but still use in colors. And then I'm going to take my Stampin' Seal. We'll just put this on here real quick. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and put this right here. I think it's a little hard for me to see what I'm doing, but hopefully this is pretty much even. And so we just put that panel onto a panel of just jade. And now we're going to take our card base, which I'm going to use the Misty Moonlight for this particular card. And if you'll notice in the links that I set for you in the See More section of this video, I did include the assortment pack. You can still get full packs of these in colors for the moment, but the assortment pack, I don't know, I think you can still get that too. I did have a customer just recently order 3 packs because she loved the colors so much. So here we go. We have our assortment pack. We have this in Misty Moonlight. And on the inside, I have a basic white panel, 4 by 5 1/4. And I've already applied that to the inside panel. And then I have a 1/2 inch by 5 1/4 inch strip of the 6 by 6 DSP that I'm using. And we'll just leave that blank so I can customize it when I mail it out. I've got a 2-inch strip of the Designer Series paper in, what is this called? This is the Magenta Madness. So I think I'm gonna make the card the exact same way as I made this one. I was toying with the idea of putting this over here, but I just don't like it. I like it over here better. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm going to take, well, normally I would use multi-purpose liquid glue, but it's not on my table. So I am going to use snail. Flip it over so I kind of know where the end of it is. And then we're going to set it onto the front of our card, and I'm going to make it just pretty much like that one. So here we go. We're going to set it over here on the left-hand side. And then we're going to take our paper snips and trim this off from the bottom. And then we're going to take this little cutie and we're going to set this on already. And we're going to do that with some dimensionals. So I'm just going to add 5 of those. Yeah, I know you're making comments and I can kind of see them, but I tell you, my eyes are goofy today. It all looks so tiny. I think I need to invest in, or I need to go to my settings and figure out how to make the printing real, I don't know, really big or something, because it's really hard to see what you're saying, but I appreciate that you're saying it. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to set this down. We're going to leave a little more space at the bottom than at the top, but we're going to try to get the right and the left sides about even. So that looks pretty good. Oh, that looks really good. Then I want to start by showing you something retiring, and I'm so sad to see it go. So here it is. It is the Stitched So Sweetly dies. Yep, they are going away. So sad. And I especially really like this little tiny one, this one here, because it's so perfect for those little tiny sentiments that say hello or for you or thanks. You know, they're super tiny. So it's hard sometimes to know how to accent a really tiny sentiment. And so this was such a nice die for that, because you could accent a really tiny sentiment. And so I did just that. I stamped hello with, now this, I don't know if you know this or not, but the jar of flowers does not actually have any sentiments. So I grabbed a stamp set that was retiring. Yes, this one is retiring. The punch is not, which I find very odd. The punch is not retiring, but the stamp set is. But it has a little tiny hello, and I think the font is super cute. So that's what I did. I stamped it in Just Jade and cut it out with the Stitch So Sweetly die. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add dimensionals to the back, and then we're going to put that onto our card. And then we're going to top that card off with some square in color gems. So let me go ahead and put this on. So we're going to set this over here on the left. And look at how sweetly that accents that jar. It's just perfect. But it's even going to get better once we add the gems. So let me do that next. Here are the square in color gems that I mentioned. And let's see, what should we do here? I think we're going to add some green because I've got a green matte border around my image. So I'm going to do green, and I'm going to do a big one of these. And I think I'll set it right here. And then I'm going to do a medium. Well, I guess they're just big and little. So then I'll take a little one and put it here. And then we should accent something up here with the magenta. So I'm going to take another little one and accent it right here with a magenta gem. So there it is, the finished card. Oh, so beautiful. So I'll put both of those out so you can see how I did both of them. Oh my gosh. So which one is your favorite? I have to know. Of course, I won't be able to read it, but I'll go back and look at the comments later. Isn't it lovely? So which one do you like the best? The magenta or the, how can I call it? The Misty Moonlight card base or the Just Jade card base? Just curious which your favorite is. I'm sure you know what my favorite is. I love them both, but I love Misty Moonlight so much. So I probably, well, I don't know. I love the Just Jade so much too. Honestly, I don't think I could pick. I really love them both. So yeah, that's what Philomena says. That popped up. She says both are my favorite. I pick both. Me too. All right, so we're going to set this aside. I'm going to talk about some of my favorite things retiring. So this won't be too long because I'm only going to do a few here. But as I already mentioned, I'm very sad to see this one go because it made such great labels, and I love the little scallop stitching. And then it had a really little tiny label again, which probably worked for little things. I'm trying to think. Nope, that's too small for the happy birthday, but I had another one that fit things like it would have fit get well soon, happy Mother's Day, happy birthday. I don't know, I use these a lot over the last couple of years, and I am sad to see them go. So that's one thing I'm sad to see retire. The next thing that I'm sad to see go away, and I used it occasionally, and whenever I used it, I thought, oh, I should use this more because I really love the effect. And it's the Tasteful Textiles embossing folder. It was a 3D embossing folder. I'm sad to see it go. The most recent card that I shared on Instagram and here on my Stamping to Share page was from my downline member, Jan Ensley. And I really loved this card that she created. She was my CC Team Stamper in March. CC Team Stamper stands for Creative Crafter Team Stamper. We pick one a month. They get to pick a bundle. I buy it for them, and then they make cards and give the cards to me so I can share them with you. So this is her card that, and look at how, well, where do I got to go here? This is that Tasteful Textile 3D embossing folder here in the background. Isn't that pretty? It's just adds such an elegant touch. So obviously she stamped things before she ran it through the embossing folder, but it's so pretty. And in case you're wondering, this is the On the Horizon bundle. So really love it. Yes, Jean is saying that she loves that folder too. It's so subtle. Another set of dies that I'm really going to miss is this one. And this is the Tasteful Label dies. I think I've used these. I think this has probably been one of my most set used of dies since it came out. And why? Because it was so great for cutting out sentiments or suns. These could be suns. But I'm going to show you a card I made for my most recent kit to go, which was the Flowering Tulips kit to go. And I even turned the dies into kind of a present. So you can see I used with Blackberry Bliss, this one, and then the sentiment, which I use this for sentiments. Oh my gosh, so many times. Because it just fit, like it fit perfectly. So many sentiments that Stampin' Up had in their in their catalogs. And so this is an example of using those two tasteful labels together. So yes, that is one that I'm a little sad to see go. Let me show you another one that I am sad to see go, another embossing folder. And it's this one. Now, you guys know we are cabin people here in Minnesota. We go out of town a lot on weekends. And this was called Evergreen Forest 3D embossing folder, and I loved it. I used it so many times. The edges, I might have to get a replacement before it completely goes away, but my edges are even kind of a little bit ruffled up, you know, from using it so many times and not really being careful when I put it into my die cutting machine. But I loved it. I'm going to show you a card that my downline made at one of our team make and take packets. And it was this one. So it was great for Christmas. I probably used it the most around Christmas time. And that is, here it is in the background. And it just made such beautiful backgrounds for your cards. And so that's one that I'll miss. And again, that one is called Evergreen Forest 3D embossing folder. Super, super sad to see that one go. And finally, the last one that I'll share with you today, and I had just started using it, the stitched triangles. I don't know exactly when this debuted on the Stampin' Up scene because I ignored it. I don't know. I feel like I ignored it until it either was on sale or maybe Stampin' Up had a free shipping day. I can't remember, but I only have gotten it since January. So I've only made one card with it. And it's this one because it made the cutest little tuck in for the front of my cards. And the thing is, I know you can cut a square, cut it in half diagonally, and you have a triangle. Like, hello, everybody knows that. However, look at that cute stitching on there. That's what makes it. That's what makes that so totally awesome and adorable. And so this was my double triangle tuck in card. So you can go like this. To tuck it in, pull it out, and you could also tuck in a gift card back here or whatever. But I just thought it was so cute and fun. And I only had just started using them. And then, you know, I was laying in bed last night. I don't know how many of you guys do this. It's not that I couldn't sleep. I was just thinking about the things retiring and what I was going to share tomorrow. But I was thinking, how fun would it be? Because this is like the perfect size to cut out two of these, glue these edges together, not this part, but the edges. And then you could slide it over like a book that you're reading, like so, and have a really nice bookmark. Do you guys know what I mean? Oh my gosh, I was thinking about that and I was thinking, Kay, you let so many opportunities go by not getting this earlier. But I will tell you, this will stay with me forever because I still have ideas that I want to use for it. I just can't promote them to have you purchase it because it's only going to be available to purchase for a little bit longer. So I guess that wraps up today's video because I pretty much showed you the things I'm most sad that are going away. And I also showed you the in colors that are going away, which, you know, I can't be too sad about the in colors leaving because we're going to get more of them soon. And I love in colors. It's always fun to work with something fresh that, you know, we haven't worked with before. I'm looking for the cards I made. I'm sure they're around here somewhere. What did I do with them? Oh, here they are. I really am trying to wrap up this video, but I'm trying to find the cards that I just created. Oh my gosh, where did they go? Here they are. So that I can wrap this up showing you what we did. All right, everyone, I think I am done. Let me just see if I can see anything on what you're saying. Oh yeah, you guys like it. Yay, thanks so much for liking it. Thanks so much for the love and the little thumbs up sign. I really appreciate it. I will talk to you all soon. I'll be back tomorrow in my Happy Stampers Stamping to Share group doing mailbox shares. I don't know if I'll do a card or not. I kind of have a lot on my plate right now. And then honestly, I've been working on taxes and I just haven't had a lot of time for crafting. So it may or may not happen. I will definitely get on in my group, Happy Stampers Stamping to Share, but I just don't know if I'm going to have anything to share. Just one of those things. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody. I truly love you. Bye-bye.